What's up everyone? Welcome to the video. So for today I want to go over six tips that could potentially help you stay lean this holiday season. The time I'm filming this video, it is currently Tuesday, November 21st. We are 2 days ahead of Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, November 23rd in the year 2023. So these are a couple of things that I've been doing for the past year and a half, and especially around the holidays, they definitely help me stay lean. And I do gain a little bit of weight, but I used to gain 5 or 10 pounds. Now I only gain tiny bit, or if anything, I actually lose weight depending on what I'm actually going out and eating. So I will be looking at my phone just for some notes that I wrote down, just so I don't forget anything. This is really going to be helpful for you. So for about 8 years out of college, I actually lived with my mom. She was nice enough to have me live there with her practically rent-free, and I was able to save up a whole bunch of money and put myself in a really good financial situation. But I noticed something. In the summer, I had no problem staying lean. I had no problem staying motivated to get out there and get on the bike or get to the gym. But around fall or winter, I started to gain maybe 1 or 2 pounds, which our weight's going to fluctuate 1 or 2 pounds, not a big deal. But I noticed around fall and winter, around tail end of fall, early winter, I started to gain 5 pounds, sometimes even 10 pounds. And I just chalked it up to, well, in the winter we gain weight, in the summer we lose weight, our weight fluctuates. Now, the first year I moved out of her house and I wasn't at her house for the holidays nonstop, I actually didn't gain that weight. Sure, I gained weight if I had a week where, let's say I was going out a lot, eating a lot of big meals. But it wasn't just because it was fall or winter. If my eating habits stayed the same, my weight pretty much stayed the same. So instead of fluctuating 5, 8, or 10 pounds up and down, it was only fluctuating 2 or 3 pounds, and even fluctuating 3 pounds is a lot. Usually it wouldn't even fluctuate like that at all. The first thing that I think you should do, and definitely check with your doctor. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Try this at your own risk. But the first thing that I think you should try, and this is what I actually have been doing for the past few years, is intermittent fasting. Every morning I wake up, I have a cup of coffee and a cup of water, and then maybe an hour or two after I woke up, I have a second cup of coffee. Sometimes I do eat breakfast before 12 o'clock, but typically I don't eat before 12 o'clock. It works for me. It's just something I like doing. If I eat early in the morning, like I'm talking 7, 8 o'clock, I just feel full, I feel bloated for the morning, and I feel more tired. Now, I started intermittent fasting years ago when it was super popular on the internet and on YouTube. It's definitely not a silver bullet because I have intermittent fasted and gained 5 or 10 pounds, like I said, when I was living at my mom's house over the holidays. But I've noticed that it just works for me, and I can easily go 2, 3, maybe even to 4 p.m. in the afternoon without needing to eat. I don't do that often because I like to eat around 12 or 1 o'clock, the latest, usually. But what I found is intermittent fasting has been great for me because I was no longer eating pancakes on the weekends with all that sugary syrup. I was no longer eating the sugary cereal that basically is all over America, right? Intermittent fasting really worked for me. And it also, not just physically, it mentally taught me that if I get hungry at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, let's say I have my first meal at 12 o'clock, which is around lunchtime. If I get hungry around 3, 4 o'clock, I used to think I need to eat something just to keep my metabolism going, right? Anyone remember back when we thought we had to eat 6, 7 meals, just 6, 7 small meals to keep our metabolism going? If you ask me, that's a myth. If anything, it taught me that if I do get hungry between meals, instead of reaching for the Snickers or the roll or the banana just to keep my metabolism going, it taught me that, hey, if you just wait a half an hour, the hunger will basically go away on its own. A lot of times our body gets used to us eating at a certain time. So if I eat every day around 12 p.m., right in the afternoon, like middle of the day, by 12:15, my body's really hungry. Like, where's our food? We're used to you feeding us at 12 o'clock. Guess what? By 1 p.m., I forgot all about it. I've actually thousands, maybe millions of times been hungry, like super hungry. And then basically, let's say, I don't know where I want to eat. I don't know what I want to eat. And before I know it, it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm too tired to eat. Intermittent fasting has been really interesting for me because it really taught me a lot. Now, if you're someone that likes to eat sugary cereal every day, if you eat orange juice, or you drink orange juice rather, orange juice is full of sugar. If you do intermittent fasting, you're probably going to be amazed at the initial results. You're probably going to lose about 5 pounds. Now that I think about it, back when I first started, I'm pretty sure I lost 5 or 8 pounds pretty much instantly, and I felt so much leaner and so much better and so much more awake in the morning hours until 12 o'clock, until depending on what I ate for lunch. So definitely give intermittent fasting a shot this holiday season. You may just end up being like me, where you just don't eat until 12 o'clock every day, and it's going to teach you a lot, and it's going to do a lot for your body. All right, now the second tip is going to be drink more water. For me, I typically need to drink more water around the fall or winter. It gets cold out, I tend to forget to drink water. I'll sit there and basically drink coffee and then decaf coffee all day, and then I'll reach for Seltzer in the evening, realizing I only drank 1 cup of water, right? 1 cup of water. what I actually end up doing is when I wake up, right, I turn the coffee on. I leave my coffee all set the night before. Turn the coffee on. As the coffee's brewing, I try to drink as much of this water as I can without slamming it back like I'm basically shotgunning a drink, right? I try to drink as much. I usually get it down to here, and then the coffee's ready, and then I have coffee. For my second cup of coffee, I would have had one of these full cups, and this is about a 16-ounce cup, so this is the equivalent to 2 cups of water. And I always have to learn the hard way. This happens to me every year. I have no problem drinking tons of water when it's hot, when we have the air conditioner going, and when it's summertime, right? But as soon as the fall or winter comes and I start wearing flannels, it starts getting a bit chilly outside, that nice cool autumn weather and those autumn vibes, I tend to forget about drinking water, and all of a sudden I get more fatigued, I get more dehydrated, and then I don't know why. So definitely make it a point to drink more water every single day. This is going to do a couple things. Number one, if you're fasting like I do, it's going to actually help you feel more full and help you feel satiated so you won't get those hunger pangs. Pretty sure they're called hunger pangs. And it's going to help you feel more alert. Another side effect of or a symptom of dehydration would be fatigue. So if you're feeling fatigued, and let's say you had 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups, maybe you had a lot of coffee for a certain day and it's a little bit cool outside and the coffee is just not hitting like it should, maybe time to switch over to a glass of water. It's going to rehydrate you, and it's going to have you feeling less fatigued, more full, and overall it's going to make you more lean just because drinking that water has no calories and it's just good for your entire system. All right, another third tip is going to be you want to keep those snacks out of your house. Keep them out of your house, out of your apartment, keep them out of your home, especially those snacks that are high in sugar. Now, I know that if I have cereal like Cocoa Pebbles, my favorite cereal, I know that box is gonna last me 2 days. I bought the big giant box and in 3 days it's gone because it's so good. And it's actually not super high in sugar compared to other cereals, even though it tastes like it's high in sugar. But I know that if I get that, I'm not gonna be able to control myself. It's gonna be gone. So what I do is I buy it for myself as a treat every few weeks. I make sure that I eat it before I go to the gym or before I'm out going cycling, but then I don't just go run to the store and buy it again. So I keep those high sugary snacks out of the house, out of the apartment, out of the home. Now at the beginning of this video, I talked about how when I lived with my mother all those years, especially around the holidays, I would gain weight and I didn't know why. My mom would actually put out little Christmas M&Ms, the green and red M&Ms all the time. So I'd see them and be like, let me just have a few. Let me just have a few. Let me just have a few. Before I knew it, I was eating 2, 3 full bags of M&Ms, not the big ones, but the 3 bags of M&Ms a day. No wonder why I was gaining 8 to 10 pounds every winter. Keeping things out of your house, actually making it hard, adding some friction to the point where you need to go get in your car and drive to the store at 10 o'clock at night when they're about to close to get your candy bar, to get your high sugary snacks. This is something that, it's probably been around for a while, but I find this really helps me because then I say, it's not worth it. I'm gonna have some water. It's getting late. I'm just gonna do something else to get my mind off it. Before I know it, my sugar intake has gone way down over the years, which keeps me feeling lean and being lean and also feeling less fatigued. So keep those sugary snacks out of your house, use them as a treat only, and make it hard for yourself in order to get them. Now, the fourth tip we're going to talk about is alcohol. Now, disclaimer, again, I am not responsible for any injuries. Check with your doctor. If you ask me my opinion, don't drink alcohol if you're under 21. That's the legal age in United States at the time of making this video. And don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. One beer, one drink is about 120 calories or sometimes up to 200 calories. So if you're having one beer every day, I used to have one beer every night just before going to bed or right after dinner, not realizing that I was taking in about 120 to 150 calories every single day. This works out to an extra 500 calories per week, which after about a month, you're gaining a pound. So before you know it, if you're gaining 10 pounds a year, but you're having one beer, an average of one beer a day, that's probably why. Because quick math, 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. If you want to lose 1 pound, you have to be in a, You have to be in a negative. You have to create a shortage of 3,500 calories and you'll lose 1 pound. If you want to gain 1 pound, you have to create a surplus of 3,500 calories. So if you are going to go drink alcoholic beverages, whether it's beer, wine, some of those nicer martinis, I particularly like espresso martinis and Guinnesses, keep it for social gatherings, keep it for friends and family, keep it for special occasions. But again, just like we were saying with the snacks, the sugary snacks, keep it out of the home, keep it out of the house. So again, to recap, drink at your own risk, don't drink and drive, don't drink if you're under 21 because it's illegal, and I'm not condoning you do anything illegal or break the law. Disclaimer, try this at your own risk. This is for entertainment purposes only, but if you are going to go out there and enjoy some alcoholic beverages, Keep it for special occasions. Like I said, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, right? Or you're visiting some friends. But if you're getting to the point where you're finding a special occasion almost every single night, you might want to look into something else, because maybe you're just finding special occasions or finding special, or should I say, excuses to actually go out there and get your fix, basically. All right, and this next tip actually goes along with what we've talked about, the intermittent fasting and the no snacks. Utilize seltzer to satiate your hunger. This is a great way to trick your brain into thinking that you're snacking, but it's actually 0 calories. I know that sometimes if it's 7 or 8 o'clock and my wife and I are on the couch, maybe we're watching a movie, watching one of our shows, I want a snack. And I want Oreos, or I want sugar. I want something that's going to be fatty or sugary. A cup of water is not going to do it at that point. But having a good fizzy, even regular seltzer that's very carbonated, that does the trick. Now my brain and my taste buds actually think that, oh, okay, we're actually snacking. This is good. This feels good. This is not just water. This feels just like beer. This feels just like soda because of the carbonation. And a lot of times seltzer is a lot cheaper. You can buy them in the big LaCroix ones, right? Or even the big Schweppes or Canada Dry, I think it's called. Even the standard seltzer, that does the trick for me. So I definitely say try to find substitutes for when you do get that snack attack, or you do get those sugar cravings or those cravings for snacks, especially late at night. That seltzer can basically trick your brain and trick you into thinking you had your beer, you had your sugar, you had your snacks, you had your soda. And at the end of the day, you're taking in no calories as opposed to 400 or 500 calories, which is going to keep you feeling better, you're going to sleep better, you're going to feel leaner, and you are going to be leaner. And on a personal note, my favorite soda out there is Cherry Coke. Basic cherry Coke, loaded with sugars, loaded with caffeine. I think it's got like 80 grams of sugar or something crazy like that. I actually recently discovered that the 0 sugar cherry Coke tastes almost the same, but I actually end up drinking that. I can allow myself to drink that more often than that basic, like really good, like full of sugar, full of this acids, full of like just the worst thing you can put in your body. But that 0 sugar cherry Coke, I can allow myself to enjoy it a little bit more. Again, not all the time, not every night, but I can enjoy it once a week rather than the cherry Coke. I get a cherry Coke like once a month or so just to treat myself. I like having it as once a month, just to keep it a treat. So the 0 sugar drinks with the artificial sugars can also be a great way, because they can actually taste better than that basic seltzer, but still give you that little bit of a fix for the sugar. Now, is it going to be as good as real sugar? No, it's not. But it's going to be 85-90% as good. And at the end of the day, you got to remember that if you have too much sugar, you're going to feel fat, you're going to feel bloated, you're going to feel tired. And then don't forget, having too much sugar, you're going to be at risk for obesity, diabetes, and these are things that life is going to be better without these diseases. If you could do anything to avoid that, do it. All right, and so for the 6th and final tip I have, and this is what I do to keep myself lean, is I actually give myself permission to go out there and have some of these sugary treats. I typically only do it once a week, sometimes twice a week, but even twice a week is too much. But it's a variable. Sometimes I may go out and get a soda 3 times a week, but then I'll know I can't get soda for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and it's totally fine. And I do things like getting that 0 sugar cherry Coke, or eating or drinking rather that seltzer, or doing something else just to get my mind off of it. So giving yourself a treat is actually going to be a lot easier than if you said, man, I really love soda, or I really love cheesecake, or I really love Oreos. I can never ever have it for the rest of my life. It's going to be a lot easier if you say, you know what, today's Monday, I'm going to have it on Saturday. I'm not going to have it all week, I'm going to have it on Saturday. A couple of things are going to happen. You're going to enjoy it a lot better, right? It's going to be a lot more of a treat. You have it and you're going to say, that was great, but now you're not going to fall off of the bandwagon as easily as if you just said, I want soda, I'm going to go get it, I don't care, I haven't had it for the last couple of days, I'm going to get it today, I'm going to get it tomorrow, I'm going to get it tomorrow, I'm having a rough week. That is a slippery slope to be on, so you definitely want to have some discipline, and you want to make sure that you're actually giving yourself a treat. In my opinion, no more than once a week. This is going to actually keep it a little bit easier, actually a lot easier in my experience. All these 6 tips are pretty much, they're in conjunction with each other. Intermittent fasting, you get hungry, drink coffee, drink decaf coffee, drink water. Water is going to hydrate you, right? Keep the beers, the sugary snacks out of the house. Use them for special occasions. If you want beer, you want sugary snacks, again, seltzer, 0 sugar Coke, 0 sugar Sprite, whatever. These are things that are going to satiate you, but they're also not going to just load you up with sugar, which can be dangerous to your health long term or even short term. Water is going to do a great job of hydrating you and keeping you full. right? But then also treating yourself is also gonna be great as well. So 6 things that I do to stay lean every single year. Now, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I screw up, but the important thing, if you ask me, is you just gotta keep going and keep trying. I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you to every single one of you for watching. If you appreciate what I'm doing, go ahead and, consider subscribing if you like. It's totally free. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye.